Let's roll the blanket or towel if you have a towel. I don't know who else is here. I can't see anybody else. But so that we go into Supta Baddha Konasana, which is down on our back with the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. That's how we're going to start today. We would like.
Can I do, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. You can use the block under your back or roll up the blanket and put it under your back so that your heart is lifted.
Right.
That's the main thing. I want your heart lifted as best you can. If you don't want to have any of those tools, then you can go flat to the mat, and that's okay too. I'm going to come over here and get a couple of blocks. I'm going to show one block this direction and one block here. And then if you come down to the mat, namaste, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Have a good practice with me today. So as you come down to this first block, if that's what you're working with, blocks, you bring it right about raw level, okay? So you want to find that upper region just below the shoulder blades so that as you lay down, your shoulder blades can actually wrap around the block. If you are on a rolled up blanket or towel, same kind of thing, just not quite so high. So the blanket or towel, you would literally have it running the length of your spine and the back of your head, so you could lay right on top of the blanket. Okay, so you would probably put the blanket as you sit just behind your tailbone, maybe touching the tailbone if there's enough room for you to lay down and put your head on the blanket as well, or scoot the blanket back a couple of inches so that when you get down, your head will still be on the towel. Otherwise, we're right here. We're going to allow the shoulder blades to relax. We're going to close our eyes gently, if that's doable for you. Let's take a minute here and get settled. And then take your attention to your breathing. Breathe right into your heart center. Now, as you breathe, take it in slowly, inhaling. Start at the bottom of the lungs. Bring the air up, 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 up. Maybe separate your collarbones. Take it that high up. And then as you exhale, take it from the collarbones down very slowly. Ujjayi. Constrict the back of the throat. And this is the practice of breathing slowly, mindfully, and be present where you're at. Deep inhales, lovely exhales. And your goal is to have the length of your inhale hopefully be about the same as the exhale. It takes a lot of practice, so just give it a go. When you feel like you just can't inhale anymore, see if you can sip in anymore. Try it. Fill your lungs up completely. And as you exhale, just let it go out the nose slowly. And you feel your heart center collapse, contract. And continue exhaling till you're completely out of air. And again, inhale. this pose. Getting a nice stretch on the inner thighs. If it gets to be too stretchy, put something under your thighs, maybe a blanket or block or something to hold them, so that it doesn't feel like gravity is just straining the stretch. You want it to be comfortable. I want you to relax those inner thighs as best you can. And relax through the groin area while you breathe. Try not to grip your teeth. Relax your face. And we'll be here for about another minute. So just take your time and practice breathing slowly, deeply. Until maybe you can get the inhale to match your exhale. Completely surrender in this pose. Surrender your mind. Surrender any thinking that's going on, just let it go. Feel yourself becoming centered and grounded as you breathe. Make sure you're not grasping or gripping through the glutes or the hips or the teeth, the jaw. And try to surrender to the fact that you really have not a whole lot of control over what's going on. Hardly ever. Just surrender to that. But have faith that through everything that goes on, have faith that this universe, that this Mother Earth is going to hold you and keep you. And as you surrender to that, have that faith, bring it in joyfully. Gratitude. Two more deep inhales and exhales. Very nice. Bottom of the exhale then. If you're on blocks if you're on blocks, you're going to come to your elbows. Bring the knees up to help bring your head up off the block first, and then help yourself up to a seated position. Well, for a moment, I just want you to get up high enough to get the blocks out from underneath of you. Same thing with your rolled up blanket or towel, whatever you're using. Come flat to the mat and bring the knees into your chest. And then just rock and roll side to side. Oh gosh, yeah. And as you rock, try to rock almost all the way over, but not quite. And then take it slowly the other direction, almost all the way over. Not quite. Sacrum goes flat across the mat. Push the knees away in a little half circle away from you, and then bring them up by your armpits on the left. Push them away. Half circle to the right. Pull them in tight. Push away. Half circle. Pull them up to the left. And again, push the knees away. Half circle, and then pull them up to your right armpit. And then come back to neutral. And then we're just going to drop the feet flat to the mat, knees up. And the knees are going to be straight up over the feet. Okay? So we're going to take the right leg first, and we're going to cross it over your left. We're going to thread the needle. You're going to flex this right foot purposefully and send the right knee out to the side as far as it will go. And then as you pick up your left foot, keep the knee bent. Pull that knee towards your left shoulder, in line with that left shoulder, and thread the needle here. Interlace the fingers behind, lengthen through the back of the neck, and let's just pull that knee in a little bit more so that we can get a nice stretch through that right hip. Feels so good. I want you to really breathe into that stretch and feel it. Your entire spine, including your tailbone, almost your tailbone, should be on the mat. It goes right flat through the lumbar spine, out through the sacrum. I don't know that your tailbone actually gets down to the mat, but at least you're flat on the mat. Continue to breathe deeply. Right into that right hip. As you exhale, pull the left knee in just a little bit tighter. And maybe rock your head over to the left just a little bit. And then let's rock the hips over to the left a little bit. 2 or 3 inches max. Maybe 4. I mean, if you're like super into this. But 2 or 3 inches should be plenty. You go a little bit differently into that right hip for you. Just be with it as you breathe. As you exhale, see if that knee will come in a little closer, maybe. Keep sending that right knee out to the side. One more deep inhale. And on this exhale, let's roll back to center. And from here, let's just push through this left heel, straight up to the sky. See if you can straighten through that left knee. See if you can actually straighten it out. Okay? If that's hard on your hamstrings, starting with your foot here from the knee, press the foot out a little bit further, send the knee away a little bit further, and maybe you can straighten it up away from you, right? Otherwise, bring it straight up over the top. Breathe into that. Yeah, one more, deep inhale. You should feel the entire hamstring on the back of that left leg. And on the exhale, let's just bend that knee, uncross, bring the knees in for just a moment, rock and roll side to side, and then change sides. So the right foot comes down, knee up, crossing the left one over the top. Purposefully flex your left and pick up the right. Okay? The right knee is in line with your right shoulder. Interlace the fingers behind that knee. Drop your shoulders to the mat, lengthen through the back of your neck. Inhale, and on the exhale, see if maybe that knee comes in a little closer. As you send that left knee far out to the side. Breathe into it. I don't care how many times you stretch through your hips, through your hamstrings, all these different muscles, the stretching is always good. So just take your time with it. Spend some time with it and enjoy. Try not to grip through any other muscles. One more deep inhale. Drop your shoulders down on your back to the mat. Good. And then rock your head over to the right just a little bit. And then rock to your right hip. Go 2 or 3 inches to the right. And then breathe into that left hip. Couple of nice deep inhales and exhales. And you'll feel the stretch a little differently into that left hip. Breathe it. Yeah. And then your head will come back to neutral. Bring the hips back to neutral. And once they're there, push through that right heel straight to the sky. See if you can straighten out that leg. See if you can get it to straighten completely out. If it doesn't straighten completely, keep the knee softer or drop your leg a little bit lower to see if you can straighten it out here. Yeah, wherever it needs to be for you. See if you can just straighten through. Take one more deep inhale. And on the exhale, let's take this left leg up to meet the right. So both feet are up in the air. We're going to interlace fingers underneath the neck, just because we can, pressing through those knees, elbows all the way down to the mat. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, just crunch it up a bit. Lift, shoulders, neck, head. Inhale it back down. And again, exhale up. Inhale it down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Now go at your own speed. Do however many of these you would like to. Pressing. Inhaling down. Exhale. Inhale down. Up. Up. Go slow, go fast, whatever makes you happy. Until you're done. And when you're done, I can't really see you, but just hang in there with your legs straight up for a minute. And then we're going to bend these knees and we're going to send the right foot straight out, bending this left one. Bring your right elbow to that left knee and do some yogi bicycles. So just switch and switch and switch, breathing as you go. Switch and switch. Try to touch elbow to knee. A little bitty different kind of warm up today. We push it out. We push it out. I think we could use a little bit of this. Breathe. Do as many as you want to, and when you're done, just be done. Good. And when you are done, like I am right now, bring the knees in. Let your head roll back. Just pull the knees in just a little bit and rock and roll side to side. Good. And then we're going to take both knees up to 90 degrees. Arms out to the side like angel wings. We're going to drop these knees over to the right side. Slowly. Keep the feet together and the knees together as though they're one. Bring them all the way down to the mat, to the floor, to wherever you happen to be. Now my right shoulder just came up off the mat. So I'm going to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, I'm going to take my gaze left and reach through that left arm out towards the left. Bring that left shoulder down to the mat. And then rest in your twist for a few breaths. Close your eyes if you can, if that's comfortable for you. And let your body be heavy in this twist, a complete spinal twist. And breathe, just like we did when we first started. Nice deep inhales and exhales. One more of those, deep inhale. And then as you exhale, start to bring the knees up and over the top. As you come to center, just keep going all the way over to the left side this time. Drop those knees and feet. Bring the knees up as close to that left arm as possible. If you want to, you put the left hand on top of the thigh or not. And my right shoulder has come up off the mat, so I'm taking a deep breath. On the exhale, I'm going to roll my head to the right and reach out with that right arm till the shoulder comes to the mat. And then let your hips get heavy. Let your knees and your feet be heavy. And breathe into the spinal twist. Just imagine what it is. Imagine what's there. And watch the breath go through. All the nooks and crannies of that spine. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, release, bring your feet up. And squeeze them in again and just kind of rock and roll side to side. And then we're going to bring the feet flat to the mat once again, and we're going to heel and toe the feet to the outside edge of the mat and drop your knees together for a moment. Okay, and just let your hands be on your belly for a moment here and settle. So let your body settle. So relax. At this point, notice what's on the mat. Your feet are flat on the mat. Your sacrum, tailbone area is on the mat. Lumbar is coming up a bit, okay, which is a natural curve away from the mat. And then, of course, the thoracic and shoulders are on the mat. The neck should have a nice, lovely curve, and the back of the head is flat on the mat. Hands on your belly for just a moment. Now I want you to breathe into the belly. Put your fingertips right here and just deeply breathe into your belly. They call it belly breathing. So push the belly out. Nobody's looking at you as you do this. Do it slowly, very mindfully. Okay, so you breathe, of course, into your lungs. You allow the diaphragm to expand and push into the belly. Push it up and out. As you exhale, the belly contracts slowly. Once again, deep inhale. Push it into the belly. Exhale. The belly contracts. 2 more of those, please. Deep inhale into the belly. The chin lowered. Make sure it doesn't go up too high. Just keep it down parallel to your pelvis, pretty much. And then we're going to take the left knee. And we're going to just pick it up. Leave your feet there and drop both knees over to the left. Okay. And we're going to take the right arm, catty corner, up and out from the shoulder and reach. And you can feel a stretch now, hopefully, through the right side body, across that right hip flexor, and you're pressing the knee towards the mat. If you need more stretch through that hip flexor, you pick your left foot up and you just flex that foot and press it down on top of the thigh, just above the knee. And that will bring this down and give you a deeper hip flexor stretch. Keep your feet flexed. Let your head just kind of relax. Keep reaching out with that right arm. And then breathe through that right side body. Nice deep inhales and exhales. One more, deep inhale. And on this exhale, you can bring the hand down. You can start to pick up that left foot, step it out to the side of the mat again. Knees come back together, hands on your belly. 2 deep inhales and exhales into the belly. Push the belly out. And back. And again, inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to take the right knee this time. Leave your right foot where it is. Just pick the knee up and send both knees now over to the right. Okay? Take your left arm up and out from your shoulder, catty corner. Stretch it out there. Reach. So you can feel a stretch through the left side body, through that armpit, down, across the hip flexor. And pushing that left knee towards the mat. If that's enough stretch for you, stay right there. Otherwise, with your right foot flexed, place it on top of your thigh, just above the knee, and give it some weight. Put a little load on that left thigh, left knee, and let it stretch. And breathe into this left side body stretch. Let your head go wherever it wants to go. You can try rolling it to your left, rolling it to the right. See what feels good to you. But as you exhale, notice the hip flexor on the left side. Stretching through that left armpit and out. One more. Deep inhale, please. And on your exhale, as you exhale, the knees come up. You're going to release that right foot out to the side of the mat. The knees are going to come together and your left hand came back to the belly. Your head is neutral. Relax and breathe into your belly 2 times. Push the belly out. Relax your face and breathe. One more. Nice. And then we're going to heel and toe these feet in and just pick the knees up and squeeze in and rock side to side. Squeezing the knees as tight as you want to. You feel pretty good on your low back here. Give it a nice stretch. And then as you come to neutral, we're going to cross one ankle over the other. Hands come behind the knees. Throw the legs forward to sit up. Right? And then stay where you are with your hands still behind the knees. Drop your chin and we're going to rock back. Throw the legs forward. 2. Throw the legs forward. On this third one, we're going to catch it and find our boat pose. Maybe a little Navasana right here. Just pick the feet up, either straight up or keep them bent. That's okay too. Lift your heart center. Keep your neck growing right up off the spine. Shoulders down your back. Breathe. One more. Deep inhale. And then cross the other ankle over the top this time. Drop your chin into your chest, throw your legs back and roll. And bring it up. That's 1. Back. There's 2. One more time. Throw the legs. Now this time catch it. Bring the legs together. Lift your heart. Maybe the knees come in a little bit tighter. And you're sitting up a little bit straighter. And the shoulders are down your back. And maybe I'll release the hands, maybe. Breathe. Grab the abs. Have them working for you here. And lift through your heart center. Just lift, lift, lift. One more. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, let's just cross the legs. We're going to come over the top and walk it back onto the mat for tabletop. All right, with your hands underneath your shoulders, lengthen through the spine, knees or hips width, and maybe back from the hips just a ½ inch maybe. Just walk the hands so that they're right underneath your shoulders. And then inhale, let's look up and arch the back for a cow stretch. And then exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone for your cat. Push the mat away. Inhale, looking up. Arch the back, stretch your neck. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, pull the back body up, high, high, high. And again, inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch. Push it up, keep it now. Stay right here, tuck your chin, keep the tailbone tucked. Now we're gonna glide backwards for just a few inches. Glide back until your hands almost need to come up off the mat. Then I want you to lengthen through the spine, so curl the pelvis out. Lengthen through the spine by picking your neck up and your head up, and then glide back into your tabletop. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, lift high. Now glide your hips back, shifting your weight. So you almost pick up your hands here. And then lengthen through the spine, pick up the head, lengthen through the neck, and glide back into your tabletop. Now step into your right hand and take your left arm up by your ear. And then right hand or right leg goes back. Check in with your balance today. How's that feeling for you? See if you can straighten through that back leg. Make it nice and strong. Go ahead and squeeze your hips if you want to. And breathe. Head is lifted. Don't let it drop. Gaze is out towards the end of your mat, maybe further out than that. And keep this left arm lifted as high as it will go. Breathe. One more. Deep inhale. Lift the arm and the leg, and then bring them both back to the mat. Good. Inhale, look up. Arch your back, stretch your belly. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, lift the back body up. Oh, yeah. As you come to neutral, step into your left hand. Take your right arm up by the ear. Thumb faces up. And push that left leg straight back. Try to have a straight line between the heel and the fingers. Breathe. Squeeze your hips, both of them, just to see how that goes. Working on your balance, breathing. One more, deep inhale. Lift the arm and the leg, and then bring them back to the mat. Woo. Good. Inhale, look up. Arch your back. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Kick the back body up in your cat stretch. One more time. Inhale, look up. This cat-cow stretch. And then into your cat. Press the back body up. Push the mat with your hands. Shift your weight forward just a little bit. Keep your shoulders rounded. And then I want you to put the big toes together. Separate the knees. Go ahead and walk them out to the side edges of your mat. And then we're going to walk the hands back till we sit down on the heels and find child's pose. So your elbows are going to drop. You're going to melt your heart into the mat. Forehead comes down to the mat. And just be here with you for just a few moments and breathe. While you're here, maybe circle your wrists around a little bit to kind of take some of the tension out of them. Wiggle the fingers, make sure they're comfortable. Yeah. We'll do more of that a little bit later. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, we're going to pick the head up. Walk the hands back towards the torso Let's keep the knees wide for just a moment. Sit up nice and straight and tall. And sit heavy on your heels. Stretch out the ankles, basically, and the tops of the feet. See how that feels for you. Breathe. And then when you're ready, coming forward, we're going to bring knees together, feet together. This time, curl the toes under as best you can. And then we're going to sit back on the heels again in a toe squat. So the thumbs come into the hip flexors, elbows and shoulders go back. Top of the head reaches for the sky. Be heavy on those toes. Let them get a nice deep stretch. Breathe into it. One more. And exhale. As you come out, you can shake the feet out a little bit. Now plant your hands and make sure they're steady and very strong. Every knuckle is on the mat. Curl the toes under. Pick your hips up. Hang over your hands for just a moment. And then as you pull the belly in, push your hips away. Shift your weight to the feet as best you can. And just keep pressing into those arms to lengthen through the spine. Downward facing dog. Oh, that feels good. Just let your body stretch out. Roll the shoulder blades flat on your mat, on your back, excuse me. Make sure, once again, that your first finger and thumb are flat on the mat. Okay, now bend your left knee and push through the right heel and find that right calf for a deep stretch. And then switch it. Bend your right knee, push through that left heel. Shift your weight to find that calf. And again, switch. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. And switch. Very mindful walking your dog here. And switch. Right? And then let's push both heels back. Pull the belly in. Lengthen through the spine once again. And fly your tailbone just as high as you can. Hopefully you can feel this all up and down the hamstrings. Through the calves. Keep pushing. Pushing, here we go. Pick the head up, look where you're going. Step up between the hands. Walk or step or jump between the hands. Inhale, come up halfway, look up and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Oh, heel and toe your feet, hips width apart. Okay, make sure they're parallel here. And just let your hands and your shoulders hang. Let your head hang, shake it yes or no. So you know it's relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed. Breathe. In the nose, out the mouth if you like. This is a complete back body stretch. Over, through the hips and down the spine. Okay, with everything just hanging. What you're standing on is super strong. You probably feel this right behind your knees. If that's too much, soften your knees a little bit. And then as you're ready, if your hands are up, take them down. And then come up halfway. And then as you exhale, bend into the knees and drop your head. Just kind of lay down on your thighs for a moment. And then we're going to push and let the hands and arms hang, shoulders hang, head hangs. And roll the body up, all the way up to standing, nice and slow and easy. Oh, gosh. Up until we're all the way up to the top. Take your shoulders forward and up and back. And again, forward and up and back. Yeah, and then take them back and up and forward and back and up and forward. Good. Shake it out. Shake those hips a bit. Shake out the legs. Okay, do the thing. Now your wrists, they get a nice flap. Let them just go. And then wave at me. And wave at you. And then wave them together. Let those wrists go. and let them go out, okay? And then shake them out like you've got water that you're trying to shake off them. Shake them out, and then bring them up, fists, and snap. Fists, and snap. Fists, and snap. Fists, and snap. Oh yeah, nice and tight. Make sure all these fingers are working good. Press out through the right hand, right arm, straight. Pull the fingers back towards your shoulder with the elbow straight. Breathe into that. And as you release those fingers, drop them down and pull the fingers back on the bottom now. Stretch through the forearm, the wrist. Breathe into that. And as you release, kind of wiggle it around and then press through the left. Fingers up. Pull those fingers back towards your shoulder. Keep the elbow straight. Put a nice stretch through the forearm. And then as you release, drop those fingers down. And then once again, keep the elbow straight and pull those fingers back. Oh yeah, right through that forearm. Through the wrist area. These kinds of stretches are super good for your wrists and fingers and hands and arms and all that stuff. So shake them out really well so they feel good. At any time you feel like it, do that. When you're standing in line somewhere, or maybe you're driving, and you just take one up and shake it, the other one shake it. Keep one hand on the wheel at least. Okay. Now, we're going to go into Tadasana. Tadasana is your standing pose, your basic standing pose in yoga. Now, as you stand in Tadasana, your feet come together as a general rule, all right? But if it's impossible, if you kind of wave a little bit and you can't keep your balance, step your feet apart just a little bit, or pick up the heels and separate them, okay? And then engage. Pick up the toes, spread them out, find 4 corners of the feet on the mat. Just ground them into the earth and then allow the toes to come down, but hang on to the muscles that are wrapping around your ankles. And then engage the shins and the calves, wrap them around your bones. Up through the kneecaps, pick the kneecaps up. And as you engage the quads, slight inward rotation, drop the hips, drop your tailbone, pelvis. Belly comes in and zip it up right through the heart center. Shoulders down your back. Feet is parallel to the floor. Top of the head reaches for the sky. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. Breathe into this for a moment. All of your muscles should be working. Squeeze your hips, tucking the pelvis under, pulling the belly in. Breathe. Try to keep your toes relaxed. I know, it just seems impossible, but it works really well. Once you get the hang of it, it feels very good. So this is the pose that you want to have in pretty much all your yoga poses. We're going to do a half sun salutation from here. So maybe come up a little bit higher on your mat with your feet together. Start in Tadasana. Then on an inhale, take the arms up and look up to your thumbs. On the exhale, big swan dive. Arch down. Hands come either to the mat or to your shins. Inhale, come up halfway. Arch your back and look up. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale up. Arms come out to the side. Look all the way up to the thumbs. Now, as you exhale, come back into your Tadasana. So engage all those muscles from the feet up through your hips, pelvis, belly, shoulders down your back, top of the head reaches for the sky. Once again, inhale, arms come high. Exhale, big swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Look at your knees. Inhale, arms come out and up. Reverse your swan. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center and leave them there now for Tadasana as you drop the shoulders down your back. Close your eyes if you can. If not, of course, keep them open. That's all right. Just try to keep them soft. Breathe. Now, put within your heart. This is for you. This is for your practice today in honor of you. In honor of you practicing today. This is a good thing. Here we go. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, big swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step all the way back to your push-up position. Chaturanga. Or let's go all the way to the mat. Yeah. Elbows up and close to the body. Then point your toes. Forehead comes to the mat. Now engage your legs all the way up through the hips. Curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in, and lift your head, neck, and shoulders in small cobra. Lift, the head goes out and up. Try not to scrunch your chin or scrunch your neck. Just take it out and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forehead comes down. Relax your knees for just a moment and wag your hips side to side. Yeah. And again, engage those legs, pointed toes. Lift the kneecaps, quads. Engage them. Curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in, squeeze your hips, and scoop the head forward and up. A small cobra. Breathe. Try to stay out of the low back right here. Stretch it out and curl that pelvis under. Pull the belly in to protect it. One more deep inhale. Exhale, relax the legs. Forehead comes down, curl the toes under. Push back through table or through plank and all the way back to your downward facing dog. Just push it all the way back. Take 3 deep inhales and exhales. One more deep inhale, pushing into your arms, fly your tailbone high, then step or walk or jump your feet up between the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Press your feet, look up your thumbs. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. Nice. Now, since we've all been separated from social distancing and separation for this COVID-19 business, I hope you're all following that protocol still. Kind of important, I think, that we learn how to be with ourselves, learn how to manage ourselves without being in a group of people all the time. You know how you kind of get closer and closer when you're talking to people and you get a little bit closer? Stay away. Just stand back. Breathe. Okay, now send this next sun salutation out to all those people that you love, that you haven't been able to hug now in what, 2 months or whatever it's been. Seems like 2 months. So here we go. On your next inhale, now come the arms, pick up with the thumbs. Exhale, big swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or lightly jump back to your push-up position. Chaturanga. Or let's take it all the way to the mat. Chest first, forehead. Point the toes. Engage your hips. squeeze them, curl the pelvis under, pull the belly. Small cobra. Exhale, come on down. Relax the feet, curl the toes under, and push back to your downward facing dog. Push it all the way back. However you manage to get there, push it back. And then step or walk or jump your feet up. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, standing all the way up. Pick up your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your heart center. One more time, please. Inhale for all those people suffering. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, step or lightly jump back to a push-up position. Take it down all the way to the mat. If your practice is to scoop it through to up dog, fine. Otherwise, bring it to small cobra. Exhale, bring it down, curl the toes, push it all the way back. Find your downward facing dog. Now take deep 3 inhales and exhales. Good. 2. On your next inhale, take your right leg straight back and up. Straight back and up. Now, on your exhale, you're going to bend this knee in and you're going to crunch it in, curl over, try to touch your nose with your knee, and then inhale it back and up. And again, you're going to exhale, bring that knee in, whoo, try to touch your nose, and then take it back up and out. This time, bend that knee and bring it to your right elbow. Bring it out. And then take it back and up. And then this next time, let's bring it all the way through for lunge. Right between the hands. And let's step into your left hand. Find your nice deep lunge here. And open up for twist. Breathe. Open the heart. Exhale, let that right hand come down. Now we're going to look back at that left foot. We're going to bend the knee, pop off of it, pull it in about a foot, turn it flat. Now pin the right hip back, left hip forward. And then still bent in this right knee. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Square your shoulders to the front of the mat. As you exhale, you might need blocks. You can have one on either side or not. Shift your weight to that back foot as you straighten through that right leg. And bring your nose towards your knee. Bring the right hip back, left hip forward. Try to keep the hips square. Breathe into it. Maybe shift your weight to the right leg. Maybe shift your weight to the left leg. It requires then that you kind of spin the hips. And my left heel comes up when I go to my right leg. And when I come back, that heel comes down. And then I square the hips. Breathe, 2 more. Good. On your next inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, bending into the knee. Plant your hands. Step back to dog or take a vinyasa, whichever you prefer. Come all the way down and into cobra. Exhale, curl the toes and push it back. Down into dog. Walk it out just a little bit. And then let's take this left leg straight back. It doesn't have to go high. Keep your hips square as best you can. Exhale, bend the knee, pull it into your nose. See if you can touch. Inhale it back and out. Open your head up. Exhale, nose to the knee, and then inhale it back and up. One more time, nose to the knee. And back and up. This time, bring that left knee to your left elbow. See if it can come all the way here. And then take it back and up. And this time, bring it in and find your lunge. Woo. Make sure this knee is right over that ankle. Step into the right hand. Left arm comes up for twist. Breathe here. Nice. Open your heart just a little bit more. Still breathing. One more deep inhale. Exhale, the hand will come down by the foot on the outside. Now look back at your right foot. Bend that knee. Pop off of it. Bring it in about a foot. And turn it flat. And try to be heel to heel. Bend your left hip back. Right hip forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. The left knee is still bent. And as you walk the hands back to straighten through that left leg, shift your hips back to the right foot. And bring your nose towards that knee. And breathe. Maybe shift your weight to the back foot. Shift your weight to that front foot. Maybe the back heel comes up. Shift your weight to the back foot. Maybe your toe comes up in front. It's up to you. But when you find square, make sure, check in here, make sure this is flat. So that I could put a tray of food there and it wouldn't fall off. It would just sit there at the table. Inhale. Lift your head and heart. Exhale, bending into the knee. Plant your hands. Step back to dog or vinyasa, whatever you prefer. Bring it all the way down. Small cobra. And then back to downward dog. Push it all the way back. Good. Press it out. Now, let's take this right leg straight back and up. Open the hip. Take it up as high as it will go. Pressing through that right hand. Bend your right knee. And allow that foot to fall off to the left. Breathe. Maybe wiggle that ankle. Maybe you'll see the foot hanging over there. Yeah. And then you're going to take it, square your hip, take it straight up. And once again, we're going to swing it through and find our lunge. We're going to come down to this back knee. And we're going to find crescent moon. Lift. Curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in, protect your back. The back toe can stay curled under, or you can point that back toe. So you can open your heart. Exhale. Bring your hands down as you heel and toe the right foot out to the side. And then send the knee out so that it's over the top of this ankle. So it kind of, I hope you can see. Yeah. My foot is still, my toes are still curled under on the back, but they don't have to be if you don't want to. You can point the toes, but bring the hands inside this right foot and find gecko. Just find your gecko pose and get a nice deep stretch here. If you want to go lower, fine. Come down to the elbows. Rock and roll your stretch. Come back to your hands when you're ready. Make sure you're finding the juice in your own body. And make sure you have movement there. Woo! Rock that left hip down. That's nice. And then with my curl, my toes are curled under. Curl yours under if they aren't. Pick that knee up and press into those hands. And pull your belly. And then exhale, let that knee come down. Very gently, very gently. Breathe for a moment. Now, pressing into your hands, make sure all of the knuckles are on the mat, okay? Curl that back toe under and pick the knee up. And from here, let's pick the hips up and step back to dog. Or take a vinyasa if you like. Entirely up to you. Pushing back on the dog. Woo. Walk it out just a bit and breathe it out just a bit. Good. Now we're going to take this left leg straight back and up. Open the hip. Pressing into that left hand. Bend your left knee and let it just fall over to your right. Circle that ankle around maybe. Get that lovely stretch through the torso and the left side body. Then take the leg straight up. Once again, swing it through. Find your lunge. Drop your knee and come into a crescent moon. Here. Breathe. Tuck your tailbone. Pull your belly in. Protect the low back. Maybe your gaze is up, maybe your gaze is straight ahead, maybe your hands are here. Okay, whatever is most comfortable for you. Breathing. Yeah. Exhale. The hands are going to come down. And we're going to heel and toe this left one out. Push the knee so it's over the ankle. And then my back toes are still curled under. I'm going to rock and roll my right hip down towards the mat in gecko. Just stretch, get that nice deep stretch there. Ooh. Maybe you'll come down to your elbows if you want to. You want to go a little bit deeper maybe. And then to back to the hands. I'm going to rock and roll it. Yep. And then, let's see, pressing into these hands, with your shoulders down your back, away from the ears. I want you to just, with your toes curled under on the right side, pick that knee up. Take it straight. Push into those hands. And then bring that down for a moment. Ooh. If that's enough for you, that's fine. Otherwise, try one more of those. Pick the knee up, straighten it out. Straighten it out as best you can. Squeeze your hips. Ready? Then you're going to press into the hands again to pick the hips up and step back to your dog. Push it all the way back. Let your head come closer towards the mat as you lengthen through the spine. Stretch it, push it. Nice. And then we're going to step or walk or jump. No, we're not. Stay right where you are. Take your right leg back and up as high as you want to. And then as you bend the knee, we're going to come into pigeon. And bend the hips a little bit deeper. So you're going to point the back toe. Always kind of inchworm my leg back till I get down to my hip on the right side or whichever side I'm on. And then leverage how much stretch you get with your foot. Change it up. If you haven't changed it in a little while, change it up and see if you can maybe find a little bit deeper stretch here. Lift through your heart. Now, your spine, you're tucking the tailbone, right? And as you lift, you take your shoulders down your back, and the arch comes in the upper back. Okay? Hopefully you do not go into the low back. So you feel your upper back because the shoulder blades are close together, and your chin is lifted, and you're feeling this left hip flexor, getting a nice stretch. Once again, breathe, and then as you're ready, wherever this right foot is, for whatever stretch is good for you, you'll come down. Maybe to the elbows. You can be on blocks here. You can walk your hands all the way out in front. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Wherever you want to be, wherever it's comfortable for you. And breathe into your right hip. Do not leave your right hip. Breathe it. Make sure your spine is neutral, that you don't have any kinks in it anywhere, that your neck is comfortable, that you're not like holding it in a place that's extremely uncomfortable. Just let it be, wherever it can be. You're working and breathing into your right hip. The back leg goes straight back. We always hold this for longer, a little bit longer than usual. Breathe in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. On your next inhale, start to walk yourself up. Pull your belly in. Curl the pelvis under. Get your hands as close to under your shoulders as you can. Take the shoulders down your back. And then scoop your head forward and lift. Puffy pigeon. And then as you come down, curl the back toes under. Lift up your hips and step back to your downward facing dog. Woo. Push it out. And then take your left leg, backing up, however high you want to. As you bend this knee, bring it through. And the knee comes up towards your left hand. Drop that back knee, point the toe, and then inchworm that leg back until you've actually anchored this front hip on the mat. If it doesn't go to the mat, put a block under it or put a blanket under it to anchor that hip, okay? And then, before you go anywhere, I want you to inhale, look up, curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in, and lift your heart. Feel that right hip flexor, you're getting a nice stretch. Notice that. And as you exhale, you come forward. You come down to your elbows or down to the arms, down to your forehead, whatever's most comfortable for you. Whatever you do, pay attention to that left hip. Breathe into it. Let it get a nice, nice stretch. If you have any pain in a pose like this, back off. This one you can actually walk back up to the hands if that helps and shift your weight back a little bit. So maybe if your knee is bugging you or your hip is bugging you or whatever might be bugging you, you can kind of take the weight off of it in your hands. Otherwise you sit and you try to relax in order for that hip to open. Breathe into it. Don't ever leave the hip. Don't let your mind wander anywhere. Don't go shopping. Don't go for a walk. Stay right here with your hip. Every time you exhale, see if you can't release and relax a little bit more into that hip. Make sure your hips are square to your front. Two more deep inhales and exhales. Good, and then as you're ready, we're just gonna come up, walk your hands back towards your torso, keep your shoulders low, keep your elbows bent a little bit until you completely line up the spine, curl the pelvis, pull the belly, and then lift for puffy pigeon, lift it up high, You'll feel that right hip flexor once again, and your left hip is getting a nice deep stretch. Exhale, bend into those elbows again, curl the back toe under, and come back to your downward facing dog. Push it back, walk it out. Come up high on the balls of the feet. Shift your weight so your shoulders are right over the hands. Pull the belly in as you bend your knees to an 8 count. 7. We're going to come to table. 6, 5. Pull the belly in. 4. Lengthen through your neck. 3. Hover your knees. 2. Hover your knees. 1. Hover your knees. For 1, 2, and release them down to the mat. Very nice. Bring the feet together, the knees together. Sit back on your heels. Bring your hands back to the feet. And just round over your thighs. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into your belly so it goes right into your thighs. Rounding the neck, rounding the spine. Give it a little break right here. Good. And then as your hands come forward, we'll get to sit up. We're just going to sit to the side and bring the legs out in front. And then, because we are lucky people, we worked so hard today, we're going to come all the way down to our backs and pull the knees in. And we're going to rock and roll side to side. Woo. And then, pick your feet up. Keep your knees bent, but pick your feet up and then separate them like as though you were standing on them. Sitting in a chair. And your feet were straight out from your knees here. Right? Then put your hands inside the knees and separate them as wide as they will go. Just keep stretching them out. But keep the knees bent. And then reach to the outside of each foot. Get that knee out as best you can. Keep the knee going out as far as it will go. And then once you have hold of both feet, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, pull these feet straight down towards the mat. Your entire spine should be on the mat. This is happy baby. Happy babies like to rock side to side. Oh yeah. If you want to rock a little bit deeper, you'll notice it gives you a really nice massage on your low back and hips. Woo. Kind of counter pose what we just did. Feels real good. And then as you come back to neutral, maybe take your peace fingers around the big toes and then straighten through the legs, if that's doable for you. Try to press them out and let the heels go towards the bottom of the mat. So it just kind of stretches through your shoulders as well. Take your tailbone down to the mat. From here, anything that you would like to do, feel free to do it before you take your Shavasana, or just bring these knees in and rock and roll a little bit. Make sure your spine feels good, and then take your Shavasana. Whatever you prefer. If you have something that you really wanted to do today and I didn't do it for you or with you, then go right ahead and do it. And make sure your body's happy when you're done. And then when you find your Shavasana, be sure and walk your shoulder blades underneath your shoulders to flatten them flat on your back. Let the arms be comfortably away from the torso, palms roll open. Relax your legs. Relax, let them separate and let the feet just splay out to the side. Right, in Shavasana, you want your breathing to come back to its normal rhythm. You don't have to focus on the breathing in Shavasana. Mostly, you focus on relaxing the body. The face, open up your jaw, move it around, and then when you go to close your mouth, close the lips but not the teeth. And relax through the neck, out the shoulders, and the arms. Be very kind here. Be very gentle with yourself. Allow your body to come back to its normal rhythm. Relax through the spine, through the hips, the belly, the glutes. Relax through the thighs, the hamstrings, knees, under your knees, calves, shins, feet and ankles. Relax. No little finger lines between your eyebrows. Let them separate and relax. Drop your chin just a little bit. Feel your body. See how it feels to you right now. Begin to bring your attention back to your breathing. Deeper inhales and exhales. Maybe rock your head side to side. Take your arms overhead, stretch the body out long. Just like you're waking up in the morning. Bring the knees in, maybe, and roll it over to your right side or your left. Use your arm as a little pillow for a moment. Just be here comfortably. And then when you're ready, you continue rolling until both hands can help you up to an easy seated position. Let your hand be the last thing to come up. Sit up. Yeah. Put a little smile on your lips. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Touch the thumbs right into the sternum. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, bow your head and drop your shoulders. Now scan your body and see how you're feeling. And thank yourself for being here today. And I thank you very much for being here today. I firmly believe that this is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Yoga is important to your health and well-being, physically, spiritually. Become present to your life. Learn how to just be. Take a moment with me, please. Send out your love and your thoughts and prayers to the people on this planet that are suffering. Send them their highest vibration for peace and love and compassion. Thank you. Divine light within me honors the divine light within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you very much. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Yay.
Thank you.
Whoa. Nice to see you, Connie. Take care, huh?
You too. See you tomorrow.
Yep. Yay. I'll see you then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. And oh, it is not a touch screen. I knew that.